What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Box Office Banter. I finally at least got one of the boys back here with me. Josh has drill because we can't drill it in his head that this is more important than the military. We're obviously joking. And Rodney still is, absent due to COVID things. We're going to have him back next week, but we're trying to make sure we take the proper precautions with that, obviously. Good over there?
Yeah.
Maybe I should have finally been the one to press the play button. But this episode is, of course, I already forgot 91, right? I
Yep,
believe.
91.
I've been botching that lately. Anyways, we're doing Lights Out, a fun little horror flick. But did we love the movie? Was it as good as some have let on? Is it really a gem?
Stay tuned.
Dude, you gotta stay tuned.
Well,
Don't you?
I mean, it starts off right off the bat, man. That shop that they work in,
Yeah.
it's creepy. Like, turn on the lights when you're working.
Right.
Like,
What the fuck
what's
are you
with
doing?
everyone not
I guess
having
it's
lights?
closing time, and it's just like,
there's
I
two
need
people
my
there.
office light. Yeah, and she was like flipping all the lights off too. Come to think of it, and the girl that is like, I guess his secretary or whatever, that's flipping off all
Yeah.
the lights. It's the girl from like the short film. They brought her to the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
So that
cool.
that was pretty fucking cool. And the opening in general, super fucking solid, dude. It was very effectively creepy. Like, set the tone for like the whole course of the movie and what was to come. I mean, I loved how like the lighting, the way it was, like the lights are almost like little white circular like
Yeah.
almost like orbs on the fucking ground, and it was like you almost had to like jump from one to the next, like to just stay out of the fucking dark. I thought that presented a really cool, concept, I guess you could say, almost. And I loved how like when you kind of like first saw Diana, I believe is her name,
Diana,
when she's
yes.
like real like low and she's like looking up like under like just beyond like that circular orb of light. Very fucking effective stuff.
Well, that girl starts flipping the switch and sees
Oh
it.
yeah, which is
And I'm
straight
like,
out
what
the
are
short.
you doing?
I love how they honored that.
Just leave the light on. If I saw that, I would lose my mind. Like,
I think it goes back to that, just like, I can't believe I'm seeing this.
yeah, but
No,
after like
no way.
3 or 4 light switches and you see the thing, you're like, all right, I gotta get out of here. It was like she was playing a game with Diana.
I mean, dude, I could almost see it just because it's so fucking unbelievable. It'd be different if you like turned the light on and there was like a person there. You'd be like, oh shit, but it's
Yeah.
like the reverse way. You're like, no, my eyes. I'm like, no, but how? What the fuck? Like, it's
Yeah,
almost like it's too unreal to believe.
That'd be so terrifying if
Yeah.
it happened in real life.
For sure, dude. But great opening scene. The guy, of course, is the very beginning of the movie. Not really. We don't really care about spoilers on this. We're doing older movies for the most part. This one has a little age on it. The guy does eventually, run away. He gets tripped, whereas his secretary or whatever told him like, "Hey, there's something out there." And he eventually does at least make it back to his office. Of course, the lights flicker out, and he's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Yeah, tough break, dude. And Diana, she got him.
She got him. She like tore his eyes out and stuff.
Yeah,
Stuff like a Jeepers
he was kind of
Creepers
like
type.
dropped down. Yeah, for sure.
I gotta say, I forgot Teresa Palmer's in this movie, and I have a huge crush on Teresa Palmer.
She's sexy. I always
She's
forget that
beautiful.
Maria Bello's in this movie, the mom. And
Yeah, she's attractive
and
too.
I've always like, she's a little older in this movie, and she still looks good. But like in her, like maybe like 10 years before this, when she was in movies, she
Yeah.
was I thought one of the hottest chicks out, dude. She was great.
Well, while the dad was at the shop, his son Martin calls him and is like, "Hey, mom's talking to people again."
Yeah, you
And
know
the dad's
something's up.
like, "All right, I've been through this. I know what's going on. I'll be home soon." But Diana got him. So,
Oh yeah.
um,
And we move on to Brett and Rebecca. And
Yeah.
dude, I kind of feel for Brett, man. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
dude.
she seems like a special girl, but it kind of feels like she's leading him on a bit here.
she
Like, what
totally
this?
is. And poor Brett, man. We'll get to him at the end. I like Brett, man.
Yeah, he comes so damn
He's
close to
trying
leaving
so
his
hard.
sock, dude. He came so close to leaving that sock.
That's all it
Poor
takes.
dude.
Just leave your sock and you're in.
Yeah, and then she tossed it right back out the window. That bitch. bitch. But at least she was like, no, I like you a lot. So, but again, you're like, damn, dude, if I was in that situation, red flags galore. Yeah,
Yeah.
you like me. You're just trying to keep me to come back so you can just get what you want from me. Because that's all girls do. They just fucking want to sleep with you and they don't care. It's just a perfect depiction of life, you know?
Back to that, the kid walks in on his mom talking to a dark closet, and you're like, is the mom crazy at this point? Is she really crazy?
Oh, yeah.
Or like, what's going on? And then
They don't waste no time with that. I thought they'd keep it a little more in-house like the first time I watched it, but they were just like, oh, let you just see it.
like maybe she's
Jesus.
like schizophrenic or something, but like Martin is there and the mom's like, sorry, did we wake you? And it's just them in the house, and that's a creepy thing for a mom to say to a 11-year-old kid.
I know, like, what
I'd be
the
terrified.
fuck, dude? And that's the thing, too. Even though we already saw Diana in the first scene, they could have, like, let that linger on more, like, wondering, like, is this Diana she's talking to? And then they could have revealed at the end, like, holy shit, it is Diana.
Yeah.
They wasted no time, which I was fine with because it was creepy. But and that was kind of like a strong suit of this film because it's so short. You get in and you're basically out and you have a good time with it. They don't waste no time in setting things up or developing it. You don't always have to, like, you know, keep things so fucking hidden. Like, oh, is it this? Is it this? No, let's just put it all out there. You like it, you don't. You like it, hey, you do. There it is. And I like that about this movie. Yeah, little Martin should not have wandered out of his room, dude.
Yeah, he saw his mom, and then you see the head or the hand
comes
come
crawling
around,
out.
and then the head, and it's like, I like how the creature or Diana can like change sizes. She can be like a normal person, or she could blow up and be like this 8-foot
Just
creature.
expand, basically.
Yeah, it's cool. But then
Yeah, and dude, all I can say is, fuck staying in that house from that point forward.
For
I'm
real,
out. I will
dude.
run away. I don't fucking care. I'm not doing this.
the school calls, and Rebecca goes in to come get Martin, and she's like, "What happened?" And the teacher or the counselor's like, "He's fallen asleep 3 times in homeroom."
Yeah, if you only knew.
And I was like, if I fell asleep, I was like, my parents would get called to the school every week if they called my parents every time I fell asleep in school.
I was about to say, dude, Cody Kearney slept all through high school. I
Yeah.
think. I remember.
Dude, there's
like,
just
it was normal.
sleeping's part of high school.
Yeah, dude, that's the best way I learn. I learn when my brain's kind of turned off, and I ain't got to force away the school logic. It just kind of seeps in during my dreams. That's how I became a straight
Is there
A
someone
student.
named Teresa in this movie?
Mother Teresa?
I don't know. I think I meant Rebecca. Rebecca knows something is up when
Princess
Martin
Diana as
says
well.
his mom has been talking to Diana, who apparently isn't a real thing. But
Yeah.
and then I'm like, I can't tell if I feel bad for the mom. Like, she knows Diana, and Diana killed the dad,
Yeah.
and she still talks to Diana. So does she know that Diana is doing this, or is she unaware? Like, does she just think Diana stays at the house?
I think she's a troubled character, and I think you see more and more that she is crazy from the standpoint of, like, she's in denial of everything that Diana's doing. So, like, we don't see that, but Diana could have easily kind of like, where's my husband? And, you know, Diana could have been like, I had nothing to do with it. And she'd have been like, are you sure? And then, like, she could have coaxed her into that, like, you know we are one. Like, whatever the fuck she would sound like. Like,
Whoa.
I think she's just a troubled being, and that's why, like, they did a delicate balance with that, where you're like, I should hate this mom, but there was just, like, a little bit of something there where you're like, I think she's just damaged. She's broke. And I thought Maria Bello did, like, a good job of portraying that character.
After
sure.
losing her husband and then her new husband, like, Diana.
Yeah.
Rebecca confuses Martin for Diana in the room with the darkness and the flashing red light.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Diana's on the ground, like, scratching and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's terrifying just hearing. But how do you, like, confuse?
Well, she was, to my understanding, she was
Is that
there.
the first time she's seen
Yeah.
Diana?
Well, Diana, to my knowledge, was actually there. I think she did the scratching.
She did, yeah.
Yeah, she did the scratching, and she, you know, that's part of, like, what's creepy about it is she's, like, not willing to accept that because, like, she wasn't ready for those levels yet, like Martin was, even though she had, some type of encounter and hearing about her in her younger years too. That's why she was like turned her head around and like when she looked at Martin, like, what'd you say? Diana? Like that took her back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it really came full circle after like, the cops or whoever left. Maybe it was the counselor actually. And she looked down on the floorboard and she's like, okay, that was nothing. And there was actually those scratches there. So I feel like that's really, really when it hit home, dude.
Yeah, it showed a flashback, and Rebecca actually seen Diana, and then she finds a picture of her mom with Diana as kids.
Yeah, dude. Well, that's what I was gonna say too about like Martin when they do take Martin back because he's allowed to stay over, dude. I mean, they just basically show up on her fucking doorstep. Fucking Martin, it's bad. He slept in the tub the night before. If you're sleeping in the tub, dude, your life's going downhill.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what.
You're not having a good time in the tub.
Yeah, dude. And I gotta tell you, when he was being taken away, you gotta say it's a pretty brave kid to just be escorted away like he was, like only to be like, yeah, like it's all good. I'll get some sleep now. And it's like, dude, even as an adult, I would have been like, you can't take me back there. No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like he was like almost too calm.
He was chill for
kids can be a little bit naive, but yeah.
And then you can actually hear Diana tell Rebecca to stay away because she's like, I'm not going away. And then Diana picks her up by the hair and just like holds it.
Yeah,
dude,
they went to go investigate.
Yeah, I would have been, if I was Rebecca.
Thank God for Brett, dude. Fucking opening the door.
I know, dude. Brett's the lifesaver in this movie.
He's
like,
low key
for real.
the driving force and heart and soul of the film, might I say. No,
and then at this point, I'm like, yeah, the mom is kind of crazy, but also not in control of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Martin asks his mom, he's like, hey, can we watch a movie? And she's like, what does she say? And she says, yeah, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
The three of us can watch the movie, meaning Diana. And Martin was like, how about just the two of us? And then and then the mom says, we'll see. So I was like, is Diana in more control over the mom than what we actually think? Like Diana is like controlling the mom's whole life, basically.
Yeah, it was a creepy conversation they had too. Like it started out so wholesome for a change and seemed normal, and then out of nowhere she was also ready to like introduce Diana to it.
Yeah, because
she
turns the lights off on purpose during the movie to tell Martin a story about Diana, and as she tells the story, Diana creeps up and attacks him.
Mm-hmm.
And then
another thing I kind of wanted to touch on too is like why, like the investigating at the house, like what she found, like the daughter found. I thought like that was like not just seeing that it was like some weird, like maybe this is a paranormal figure, but to see like the tragic things they did to Diana that made it all the more real to her. Like this was like a real person. This actually happened. Yeah. I thought that was big to talk about. And then meanwhile, after that happened with the whole conversation with the mom and the son, they have basically Becca just filling in Brett on that her mom was in a mental institution. So that adds another layer for Brett. They really is some good pacing in this movie on how it's like every scene, they're not wasting any time, there's no filler, they're like unveiling a new level to it, which I thought was really rewarding and nice. Like not every movie has to be this long-ass movie. You can make a great movie that is short. It seems like most really short movies are considered bad. This is one that shows, no, it's possible if you manage everything correctly, dude.
Rebecca tells Martin the story of Diana, and then Diana shows up at Rebecca's house again while Martin is there, and they think they're in the closet. He opens the closet, turns the lights on, there's nothing there, and then you see Martin getting dragged under the bed into the darkness. You're like,
that's every kid's worst nightmare anyways. Like, check under the bed.
And then
like, let me help you get under here.
Rebecca saves him, and then they go back to the mom's house to have dinner, and Rebecca confronts the mom and is like,
she has
we
to
know
at this
about
point.
Diane.
Like, come on, dude.
Like you need to, because they think that her mom's so messed up in the head. They think that if they get the mom mentally stronger and mentally well, that Diana will just dissipate and no longer exist.
Mm-hmm.
But
and mommy is in utter denial.
She
is not.
But she's coming around though, because
it's basically like somebody talking about like an addiction. Like they're just like they know it's wrong for her, but they're like, no, I refuse. Like there's no way I have a connection to this.
So
in a weird way.
they all decide to stay at the mom's house. Brett, Rebecca, and Martin. And Brett's gonna sleep on the couch. Martin wants Rebecca to sleep in the room with him, and that's all good. And she's like, "Well, let me go tell Brett and all that stuff." And then this is where the mom basically has no control. Diana is running the mom's life and ruining it because Rebecca goes up to her mom and knocks on the door. Is like, "Hey, we're staying the night. Blah blah blah. I love you." And then the mom opens the door and it's like, "Can we just like restart tomorrow?"
Yeah.
And then you see like her shirt get pulled back in, and she hands Rebecca a note and it says, "I need help."
Yeah,
Which
I love
means
that.
like Diana is in full control and like
It was a
the
good
mom
touch.
has no, control
like,
over what
get
happens.
me the fuck out of here, actually, if you can. That would be great.
And of course, the power goes out. Which
Oh, yeah.
Diana,
After finally we had a few calm moments in the movie, it was like, okay, now we're all
Right.
chill, which you knew that meant the ending and everything was right around the corner.
Yeah,
and we'd be
Diana
right back
can't-
into full-on downfall.
Martin sees Diana and she traps them. And they go in the basement. Rebecca goes down to the basement to try and flip
Splitting up with Martin, the fuse box.
the fuse box, tries
Yeah.
to fix that, which it doesn't do anything. And then Martin comes down there, scares the shit out of her.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh no!" Like she figures out it's a trap, and then you see Diana just slam the door and lock them in there. And at that point, like I was thinking, like doors in houses are pretty easy to bust through. I busted through one not too long ago. I won't say why,
I was gonna say, I was like, do tell.
but yeah, like they're pretty easy, especially if your adrenaline's running, like and shit like that's going on. You can break through a lot of doors.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Them doors.
And then,
coming
like,
down.
Poor Brett, dude. He really didn't know exactly because he didn't know much about Diane. I don't think Brett seen Diana up until this
He just
point.
had an idea of what was happening
Yeah.
to some degree, and he knew that
He
the
just
mom was
wanted
crazy.
he
and he was
just-
supporting.
He just wanted a girlfriend that bad.
Oh yeah,
Teresa Palmer, dude, she's bad. Like I don't blame him.
100%.
But then like Diana starts attacking Brett, and she almost gets to him, but Brett, smart, pulls out the phone light,
Oh yeah.
and then that goes out, and then he runs outside, and then Diana picks him up, and then he hits the car.
Oh yeah.
The car and the car lights shine. He just drops, and then he just leaves. And Martin's like, "Is he leaving?" And Rebecca's like, "No, he's not leaving," which she knew he probably was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes to get the cops. The cops show up a little bit later, but
Yeah, that car key scene, that's my favorite part of the movie. I don't know why it works so well for me, but like the whole like chase, and then he's got to go under that little dark passage, and then the way Diana just yanks him up, and just the shot of like the smarts of doing that whatever that car key noise is. Just I love the touch of that, and then on top of that, like when the lights come on, the way he looks, where he's like being held sideways and just falls straight down the side. That's actually my favorite moment of the movie. I don't know what it is about it.
And then
Brett's awesome, dude.
Yeah, this is what I really like Brett, and this is the part where the mom's like, "All right, I've had enough. I'm gonna start taking my medicine again." And as she goes to take her medicine, Diana just knocks her out and is like, takes all of her medicine. It's like, "You ain't gonna do this." Then the cops come in, and they're like, trying to warn them, like, no, like, we're in trouble. We just need the power to come back on. That's all we need. We need lights.
Yeah. And they're not gonna fucking listen. Like you're like, no, just don't go in there. Like, hold on, lady, let us do our jobs. Like in real life, you're like, as a bystander, you're gonna be like, yeah, you dumb bitch. Yeah. But in the movie, you're like, no, you don't understand. Don't go in there. And that's how you felt for those cops.
I liked the scene where the cop was shooting, and it was in a dark room, and all the muzzle flash, Diane would disappear, then show right back up and get closer, and just kept disappearing, coming closer to him. Kills the cop, of course.
Oh yeah, make quick work of them.
And then I mean, we're at the end of the movie here. The mom figures out the only way she was gonna shoot Diana because Diana had
What I
Rebecca
was gonna
corner.
say too, I really like the blue light scene where
Yeah,
like
the
we
blue
can
light.
we actually like get to see Diana and they discover that we can see her. If we see her, we know where she is with
Yeah.
this lighting. And I thought it looked pretty good seeing her as like an actual person. Like I was worried in that scene if like without the darkness, I'm like this is gonna look dumb. It's kind of gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
Didn't look like it wasn't like oh my god, she's even scarier like without the darkness around her. You know that darkness.
Yeah.
You know,
It
she's
was
kind of hidden, but she looked pretty good. Like she almost looked like just a scary ass witch or something.
It was cool seeing her in
Burned up
the black
by
light,
that light.
and then they could actually hurt Diana by finding her with the black light and shining
Black
real
lights
light.
matter.
Black lights matter. Yeah, they do in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what you were saying about the mom, dude. I mean, I
Yeah, the
loved
mom was like, the mom gets pissed because she like yells at Diana. She's like, "I told you not to mess with my kids or hurt my kids."
it. You can kill my husband, but do not touch
Yeah.
my kids.
And then the only way to get rid of Diana, the mom shoots Diana, and Diana's like, "You know that don't affect me." And then she's like, she puts the gun to her head, and she's like, "Well, if there's no me, there's no you." And then Diana charges, and the mom just commits suicide right in front.
Oh yeah, and then that song came
Of
on that
Rebecca.
it's easy like Sunday morning,
Yeah.
like as she was falling from the gunshot.
Yep, that was
It was
a
an
great
odd
scene.
choice, but it worked.
I liked it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that didn't happen if you don't care about spoilers and have not watched Lights Out. You're like, what? Oh, but yeah, I thought it was very effective. I love that she took that sacrifice. It brought her character full circle where you were on that fence about liking her.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, she overcame all that and gave the ultimate
Yeah, she
sacrifice.
had a pretty
it really
shitty
tied
situation.
up her. Yeah, it tied up her character arc very nicely. Very happy with what she did and them going there because they could have been like, "Mom, stop! There's another way." And they could have they're like, "You don't need all that. Make it more realistic." You know what I mean? I really
I guess that was the only way.
enjoyed that. Yeah, quality stuff, man. You got a score for this movie?
Yeah, I give this a 6.9, man.
Ooh.
It's a short movie. I feel like it could be scarier. The first time I watched it, I was pretty terrified, but when I watched it again last night, I was like, this ain't, that bad. I guess I was,
You're like,
in my subconscious, I remembered most of the scenes. It's a fun little ride. It's enjoyable. It's nothing special or spectacular. It's pretty much what you expect from this movie. I feel like they could have made it scarier and made it a lot more dramatic and intense is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I think it is really it's really effectively done in some scenes. Like there's definitely some scares, and I wonder. Whereas that 81 minute and it's like every scene is like building to the next scene out of nowhere. Like if it was a longer like maybe 95-minute movie and you add in those moments to like breathe and kind of settle, so you're like I'm fine again, and then the scares could hit you again because there is like you're like scare, and you're kind of like every scene you're like preparing like where's it gonna come. There's something to that like letting you rest for a second and be like I'm okay now.
It showed
and
Diane
then,
a lot.
Boom. But I'm about right on board with you. I really like this movie. I'm not a big paranormal type monster type movie, but this one, don't make no mistake with my score, even though it's not super high. I think it is one of the better ones of like the last 5 to 10 years. Not top tier, but it's in there.
Yeah.
And I think I prefer the short. It's so damn short. You want to talk about this? A short movie. A short is, it's like 2-3 minutes. I think the short is like 2 minutes and 30 seconds or something. But that definitely scared me a lot more.
Yeah,
it was intense
definitely.
as fuck. But this is for them to make it off a short film. I think they did about as good as they could have. Maybe it could have been scarier. Maybe if they did drag it out a little
I think so.
longer,
I guess
but
I was
don't know.
expecting like it to be like 80 minutes of the short. And just
just the lady laying in bed. It's just cutting to different ladies for like 2 minutes over and over again, so you hit 81 minutes. Now that would be bananas. But no, honestly though, there is some really good shots in this too. A scene we didn't talk about while Martin was looking for What the fuck? Becca, while she's in the basement messing with the breakers, when he's looking for her, I believe it's in this scene, you just see like Diana like in the distance. It's like really far in the back, kind of like raise up.
Yeah.
That's a very effective
was
shot. I love that. Maybe my favorite shot of the movie. And also, just because I'm already talking about the scene, I like how he had like I like how they used a candle. Like, sounds like the worst fucking thing.
I know.
Yeah, but yeah, overall, man, this is a good, solid fucking movie that I would have to recommend. For me, good is like a 6, really good is a 7. I'm gonna barely give it a really good. I'm right where you are. I have it at a 7.0.
So we're like 6.9, 7.0.
Yeah, I was flirting with 6.9 or 7.1, and I just was like, just meet in the middle. Yeah, solid flick. Definitely watch Lights Out if you have not. Yeah, or if you don't mind spoilers. I don't know why you'd be here this long or why you'd be watching if you haven't seen it, but some people don't mind that. So watch it. Fucking watch it.
All right. Follow us on Instagram and Spotify, the official Box Office Banner. YouTube Box Office Banner. Every video we make, we put it on there. We've been putting Brandon's been putting a lot of videos on there. The knee-jerk reactions, top 5 Thursdays. Every video we make goes up there. Facebook, join our group, Box Office Banner, movies. Invite your friends. Post what you want, anything movies and TV related on Tuesdays. Our actual...
Not to interrupt, but I feel like this is something that some people get confused about. It's a rule I added in a while back. When Rodney posted something, I'm like, we can't post that. It's not Tuesday. You can now post TV news if it's breaking news.
Okay.
But like if you're like, I love Friends, who likes Friends? Save that for Tuesday. Like I shared the Dexter trailer. It's got to be there.
Yeah, true. That has to be there.
Yeah.
And our... Basically, like our main business page is just Box Office Banner, right?
Yeah.
On Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, that's it.
All right. I'll cut it. It's harder for you.